This is the story of Josh Duggar, the kind of creep you don't want near your children. Stay tuned as we look into his story, how he was convicted, and what his sentence was. Josh Duggar is a former TLC reality show star about a big family led by conservative Christian values. He was convicted and sentenced to over 12 years in prison for downloading child sex abuse imagery. The sentencing, which took place in U.S. District Court in Fayetteville, Arkansas, marked the end of Josh's transformation from the older sibling in one of the most popular shows to a convicted felon, capping a turnaround that began with his arrest in April 2021. It was said that Josh Duggar installed a passcode partition on the storage device of his desktop computer at his used car lot in Springdale, Arkansas in May 2019 in order to avoid applications that detect explicit overt images of children. The Duggar family's first 4 TV specials aired between 2004 and 2006. In December 2006, the family was scheduled to appear on The Oprah Winfrey Show. At this time, an unidentified person contacted Oprah Winfrey's production company, Harpo Studios, and called the Arkansas Child Abuse Hotline to reveal Duggar's previous sexual misconduct with minors. The producers of Winfrey's show immediately notified the Department of Human Services and canceled the Duggar's television appearance. Due to the reports, Springdale police launched an investigation. Investigators interviewed Duggar's parents and several other family members, who described the sexual misconduct that took place in 2002 and 2003. However, since Josh's return home in late 2003, there had been no further incidents according to the family. Police interviewed family members who said that they felt secure in their home and had already forgiven Josh for his previous behavior. Additionally, to be within the statute of limitations, child sexual abuse charges in Arkansas must be filed within 3 years of the incident being reported to a police officer. Josh's father took him to meet up with Joseph Truman Hutchins, an Arkansas state trooper and friend of the family, in July 2003. As a result of this contact, the statute began at that time and had expired by the time of the 2006 investigation. As a result, no charges were brought. Hutchins was convicted of child sexual abuse in 2012. According to a May 21, 2015 report in Touch Weekly, Jim Bob Duggar, Josh's father, told the Arkansas State Police Josh molested 5 minor girls between 2002 and 2003 when he was 14 and 15 years old, respectively. 4 of the 5 sexually abused victims were Josh's siblings, according to an edited police report obtained through a Freedom of Information Act request. In March 2002, Jim Bob reported that Josh had touched his sister's breasts and genital regions on numerous occasions while they were asleep. Both parents stated that when he confessed, they were made aware of the incidents and that the girls seemed to be initially unaware of the abuse. Josh was disciplined at home, according to Jim Bob. In March 2003, Josh's parents were informed of additional incidents and victims, such as touching a babysitter, reaching underneath the clothes of a younger sister who was sitting on his lap, and concerning another sister in the laundry room to reach underneath her clothing. According to the Duggars, the abuse also included a much younger sister who didn't realize she had been improperly touched. At this point, Duggar's father approached the church elders. Jim Bob notified the authorities that he had registered Josh in a physical and counseling labor program after consulting with his church's leadership. Michelle stated that he was assigned to work for a family friend who was remodeling a building for 3 months. Later reports stated that Josh was transferred to an institution in Little Rock operated by the Institute in Basic Life Principles, a Christian ministry and training program founded by Bill Gothard, a Duggar family friend. It is unknown if the center in Little Rock was accessible for counseling during Josh's visit, whether the building was being renovated at the time, or whether he was assisting with any such work. Though the public was largely unaware of Josh Duggar's misconduct prior to 2015, A blogger writing in 2007 under the pen name Alice mentioned the canceled Oprah Winfrey Show and stated that employees for the show had been informed that he was a child molester. The allegation had been circulating online for years, but had never been publicly confirmed until the In Touch article disclosed the police report. Immediately following the publication of the article, an unidentified victim, who was still a minor, requested that any remaining investigation products be destroyed. Stacy Zimmerman, a state judge, granted the request to maintain the unknown victim's privacy. On the same day that the In Touch article was published, Duggar resigned from FRC action. He admitted that he acted inexcusably as a teenager and expressed that he was deeply sorry for his actions. FRC President Tony Perkins responded to Josh's resignation by saying, "Josh believes that the situation will make it difficult for him to be effective in his current work." Both Jim and Bobby Holt testified that the sexual abuse in the Duggar family home was far more widespread than Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar stated in a 2015 interview with Megyn Kelly. The Holts disclosed that the instances were extensive and that Josh had inappropriately touched his siblings several times. According to Jim, Bob, and Michelle, Josh's victims were at first unaware that anything had actually happened to them. The Holts proved that Jim, Bob, and Michelle's previous statements were false. According to their testimony, at least one of the victims reported one of the incidents. On June 5, 2015, Jessa and Jill Duggar spoke with Megyn Kelly on Fox News about the abuse and the release of the reports. Jessa referred to Duggar's actions as a teen as very wrong and said that she didn't want to speak up in his defense against people who were calling him a child molester, pedophile, or rapist. Furthermore, she said that these behaviors were completely out of character for Josh and that the accusations were lies, despite being one of his victims. She went on to say that the system was set up to protect kids, but it greatly failed, and that the week leading up to the interview had been 1,000 times more difficult for us, the victims, all thanks to the release of the police reports. According to the Arkansas Freedom of Information Act, juvenile records shall remain confidential and shall not be subject to disclosure under the FOI. Arkansas State Senator Bart Hester demanded that Springdale Police Chief Kathy O'Kelly be fired, claiming that by releasing Duggar's records, she had re-victimized his victims. Springdale City Attorney Ernest Cate defended the records release, claiming that although Josh was a juvenile at the time of the alleged incidents, he was 18 when the police report was filed in December 2006. He went on to say that under such circumstances, the records could be published after minors' names and potentially identifying pronouns were redacted. On May 21, 2015, it was ordered that all of the report's copies be destroyed. Duggar and his parents stayed on the family website on August 20, 2015, following the internet posting of details from the Ashley Madison data breach, which also included records of credit card transactions under his name, in which he did admit to viewing pornographic content on the internet and being unfaithful to his wife. According to the data breach evidence, Josh's credit card had been used to pay nearly $1,000 for 2 Ashley Madison subscription fees beginning in February 2013 and were canceled in May 2015, shortly after the molestation allegations emerged. Josh issued the following statement: "I've been the biggest hypocrite of all time. While publicly espousing faith and family values, I have secretly been viewing pornography on the internet for the last several years, and this became a secret addiction. I became unfaithful to my wife. The last few years, while publicly stating I was fighting against immorality in our country, I was hiding my own personal failures." The pornographic reference was later deleted from the website. Josh checked himself into a rehab center that his family described as a long-term treatment center on August 25, 2015. The facility was later identified as Reformers Unanimous, which defines itself as a learning environment in which the addicted can be disciplined in an environment similar to a greenhouse. Josh Duggar was put on trial for child pornography charges stemming from his arrest in April 2021 Jim Bob Duggar, Josh's father, testified in an Arkansas court hearing on behalf of the government about Josh's 2006 molestation police report, in which he was alleged to have abused underage females inside the house from 2002 to 2003. The state was fighting to have the scandal discussed at trial, while Josh was demanding that the report's details be kept private. It was revealed on Thursday, December 2, 2021, that one of the file names on Josh's computer was a video of a 3-month-old being sexually assaulted and tortured. According to the prosecution, the computer was linked to Josh's address and name. The child pornography was discovered in a folder containing 65 thumbnail files. The director of the Department of Justice for Child Exploitation, James Fottrell, took the stand and made a statement about the content, stating that there were several photographs of a naked minor girl while a man was performing sexual activities with her on the toilet. Arkansas Judge Timothy L. Brooks sentenced Josh to 151 months in prison on May 25, 2022. It was said that Josh appeared stoic as he received his sentence. Josh's wife, Anna, sister, Joy Anna, father, Jim Bob, and brothers, Jason and James, were present in court as he received his sentence. So what's your take on the sentence given to Josh? Assuming you were the judge, what would be your sentence? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.